Yeah, you ain't who you is and we know it. You don't gotta say nothing short. If I call my shooter for fire, he'll blow it. You bust if you want to, I'm on it. You know what I'm with, so it's fuck the opponents. You know that your bitch should be hoeing. If I saw some rest for that ass, she gon' show it. Bitch, you a sucker, you loving and trusting.
Welcome back to my channel. This is going to be a quick video about how I went into labor and what happened. My due date was June the 10th and I was scheduled to get induced on June the 9th. But I ended up going into labor on June 2nd. And I went into labor at around like 1 p.m. when I was, I was just over it. I didn't want to be pregnant no more. And I had a yoga ball. So I was like, I'm gonna bounce on this yoga ball because today is the day. Today is the day we had this baby because I'm tired of being pregnant. Get you one because this sent me into labor. I started to feel like slight cramping, but it wasn't like painful or nothing. So I was just like, I think I'm just having Braxton Hicks. But then it was like, I'm ready to go into labor. So I kept bouncing on my yoga ball. And then I went walking. And then I came back and I bounced on my yoga ball some more. And then after that, I went to the restroom. And then I noticed that my mucus plug came out. So at that point, I was just like, okay, I think it's time. Contractions started to get even worse. Like they started to hurt a little bit. So I was just like, okay, maybe it is time. The contractions was getting stronger. So I was like, okay, I think it's time. Like, I think it's time. My mucus plug came out and I'm having contractions. Like, these is contractions. Real contractions, not no Braxton Hicks, baby. So then I grabbed her diaper bag and I grabbed my hospital bag. Y'all, I was not prepared at all. I was not prepared. I didn't have nothing. I was just like, okay, let me just grab some clothes. I was like, let me just grab her some stuff, some clothes, some pacifier. I don't know. I was just putting random stuff in the bag because I wasn't prepared at all, y'all. I went into labor unexpectedly, even though, I was ready. I was ready to have my baby. So one thing about me, I hate period cramps. I hate period cramps. So just imagine having contractions. Period cramps on steroids. So we get to the hospital. And the lady at the front, she was just like, I don't know. I didn't say anything. My mom, she walked in first. So I thought that she had told the lady that I was in labor. So the lady had told me to check in or whatever and to wait, and I was just like, oh my god, I gotta wait. So I had sat down, y'all. At this point, my contractions was a no. The lady was like, oh no, she's in labor, you don't have to wait, get her a wheelchair, and I was just like, really? I'm sitting up here sitting in this waiting room for no reason. So I get in the freaking wheelchair, they roll me to the room, and the lady tell me that I was dilated 3 centimeters. Y'all, I was in pain. So the first thing I said was, when can I get the epidural? My intentions were to have a natural birth, but I didn't know. It was a no. I was in so much pain and I was not prepared for that at all. Epidural, please. And one thing about me, I got a high pain tolerance, but I don't have patience. So I wanted the epidural and I wanted it when I wanted it. And I was getting frustrated because they wasn't giving me the epidural and I was dilating real fast. So I went from 3 centimeters to 7 centimeters to 10 centimeters. Y'all, I got the epidural and I felt so good after getting the epidural. And after I got the epidural, I couldn't feel anything from my waist down, basically. And they kept telling me to push, but she wasn't moving. Basically, I wasn't pushing correctly because I couldn't feel anything. So they had to turn my epidural off. I was not happy about that because I didn't want to feel that pain, but they turned it off, y'all. There was like basically I was pushing, she wasn't moving. I guess I wasn't pushing correctly, but I was trying my best, y'all. I didn't know, I couldn't feel nothing, like I couldn't feel anything. And it was like when you feel pressure in your butt or whatever, then that's when you push. But I wasn't feeling pressure in my butt, I wasn't feeling anything. They realized that she was turned kind of sideways, so I had to turn on my side, y'all. It was so painful. I was in labor for 13 hours. I was in labor from June the 2nd till 5 o'clock June 3rd. So my doctor finally came. I ended up getting a episiotomy, or whatever it's called, and he pulled her out with a plunger. So she had a cone head, like she had a cone head when she came out, y'all. The only thing I didn't like about my experience was afterwards. One of my nurses, basically, she looked at my stomach and was like, "Oh yeah, she got you good. No more tank tops for you." She was just really rude, and I didn't like her. And I was just like, I guess, like, I could barely walk after the epidural. My left leg, I could not move my left leg for nothing. Like, I couldn't get out the bed. I could barely get out the bed by myself. And she was the nurse was rushing me, and she was telling me, "Oh, you 20 years old." Basically she was rushing me out the bed, and I was just like, "Lady, like, I just gave birth, bitch." Sleeping. She's sleeping, guys. Oh, oh, she just farted. Yeah, she's asleep. I'm gonna let her go to sleep. Anyways, thanks for watching. I'll see y'all in my next video.